You're watching Hawkeye News with Katie Stanglin, Brandon Scott, Sports with Curtis Kelsey, plus Leslie Rangel with our crime-fighting reports, and more news coverage with our Hawkeye News Junior High team. Also, What's Up at the WC with Lexi Belote. Plus, academic and student life reports with our Hawkeye News team. Hawkeye News.
Leadership
you can depend on.
Hawkeye News starts now.
Welcome to the first edition of Hawkeye News for January 2007. I'm Katie Stanglin.
And I'm Brandon Scott. It's good to be back in the studio after a long winter's break. The holidays are over and it's back to work. We hope everyone had a wonderful Christmas holiday and are looking forward to a happy new year.
Hawkeye News is back with more stories and information students can use. If you missed an episode of Hawkeye News, students, teachers, and anyone in the world can visit us on the web at www.hawkeye-news.com.
Our website is filled with news and information and several hours of video. December 2006 celebrated our 50th episode, and you can look back at each of them on the official network of Hawkeye News.
Hawkeye News is committed to bringing you the greatest news around Red Oak ISD and the community in 2007 with our extended team coverage.
As we enter 2007, our city and school district just continues to grow. I'm Catherine Martinez in Red Oak. City leaders feel that in 2007, Red Oak will have one of the highest increases in population in our city's history. Also, many more businesses are coming to Red Oak. Coming up, I'll have a full report.
One of the most anticipated dates for teachers and students coming later this year as the Education Foundation is now planning for the big grant announcements during the spring semester. I'm Brooke Gant. Coming up, I'll have information teachers can use to submit their grant applications.
I'm Lindsay Love in front of the band hall. Things are going great for that Mighty Hawk band, and with the holidays behind us, you can bet they'll be back hard at work with upcoming regional and state competitions in the second semester of the school year. A complete update on our Mighty Hawk band coming up.
I'm Jennifer Terry. Coming up, learn how one student made Red Oak High School her home, but also attends a Texas school for the blind and visually impaired. Meet this student and learn more about her outstanding accomplishments. The full story later in our show.
The project is about 40% complete, according to construction manager Ken Stewart. The target date for completion has been set, but of course, weather has a great deal to do with construction. I'm Roseanne Foster in Red Oak Junior High. Coming up, learn how long it will be until the gym is complete.
In the new year, our students face new challenges. One of these groups facing some hard work this semester is our one-act theater actors, who will be preparing for their big competition. I'm Panani Saley. Hear how they will be preparing for their district meet held in March, coming up in my report.
While I'm sure many of you received new cell phones, iPods, and other electronic gadgets for Christmas, you might want to check to make sure you still have those and pay close attention to this crime report as we talk about theft and what we need to do to protect our own property. I'm Leslie Rangel with information that can save a lot of students a ton of money and heartache. But first, back to Katie and Brandon with this month's top stories.
As the new year begins, our city and school district continues to grow.
This month, Hawkeye News reporter Catherine Martinez takes us across Red Oak to see what new businesses students will be visiting. Catherine?
Thanks, Katie and Brandon. We have said it before, but it's becoming more evident each day that Red Oak is a growing community. City leaders feel that in 2007, Red Oak will have one of the highest increases in population in our city's history, and with many more businesses moving into town, traffic jams are a reality as well. Just a few years ago, the city of Red Oak was working towards a population of 5,000 in order to go from a general law city to a home rule city. While much of that is political, one thing is clear. Red Oak has reached that 5,000 and is expected to hit 10,000 residents in 2007. That is only within the city limits of Red Oak, not Ovilla, Glen Heights, Pecan Hills, Oak Leaf, or other non-incorporated areas that fall inside Red Oak ISD. While our city is growing, so is our school district, and it is expected shortly after press time that the school board will call for a school bond election to be held in May of 2007. The bond will most likely include a new high school and a new Shields Elementary School. This will be a very important vote for the future of Red Oak ISD, as many buildings are at or near capacity right now, and it takes 2 to 3 years to put new buildings in place. Over the last few years, the school has been averaging nearly 100 new students each year. The last bond election allowed the district to add the beautiful new Red Oak Elementary as well as allowing for some renovations to the old ROE for an administration annex. This bond will surely be much higher than any past bonds, but with the growth of our community, it may be the difference in students learning in a secure school or trying to learn in portable buildings. The city has also seen many new housing additions coming in, including the beautiful Harmony addition off Yule Road and Coyote Ridge off of Villa Road. More residential additions have been planned and should be popping up around the city of Red Oak during 2007. With new residents comes the need for new businesses, and many of these new businesses can be found in the Main Street Plaza, which offers residents new restaurants and retail stores. While Walmart has delayed its start date, we know that construction is scheduled to start in 2007 with a completion date in 2008, along with the completion of a new Walgreens also. Late 2007 or early 2008 should also bring the new Applebee's restaurant to town near the recently completed town village of Red Oak. Hawkeye News has also learned that construction will begin shortly on Red Oak Road, making it a 4-lane roadway from the new Red Oak Road Bridge completed a few months ago, all the way to Highway 342. We would also like to remind you to be very careful when driving around our city. New traffic signals are being put up to help the flow of traffic. Once the Red Oak Road expansion is completed, new lights will be installed at Red Oak Road and Live Oak, as well as Red Oak Road and Methodist, to help control traffic flow and speed. Please be mindful of speed limits, which will be strictly enforced by Red Oak PD for the safety of all citizens. Enjoy our growing community. For Hawkeye News, I'm Catherine Martinez. Back to you in the studio.
The city of Red Oak is a growing community, and with the growth comes the need for more information for its citizens and those who may be interested in moving to the city of Red Oak. Working along with Hawkeye News producer Alan J. Oliver and Mr. Richard Kinney of YourWebGuys.com, the City of Red Oak is proud to announce the new website at www.redoaktexas.org is up and running. You can check out information on city service, gain contact information, building code information, and even see a video highlighting the best our city has to offer. Citizens can find out when public meetings are held, some meeting agenda, and even contact their mayor or council members if they have concerns. We would invite our viewers to check out the site at www.redoaktexas.org and to share the site with others who could benefit from the large amount of information that can be found on the World Wide Web. Schools around the district honored the Red Oak ISD School Board at the board meeting on January 22nd. January is School Board Appreciation Month in Texas, and the event gives students, teachers, and parents the opportunity to publicly thank those members of the school board for their service and dedication. Hawkeye News would like to add our thanks to these dedicated board members who have supported our program the past 5 years. Before the holidays, Mighty Hawk Band director Richard Thomas sent us some great band news. Hawkeye News reporter Lindsay Love brings us up to date on everything going on with the band. Lindsay?
Things are going great for the band, and with the holidays behind us, you can bet the band will be back hard at work with upcoming regional and state competitions in this second semester of the school year. Before the holidays, Mr. Thomas reported to us that many band students took part in the all-regional band competition, and the amazing news is that 28 students earned positions in the all-region band. Mr. Thomas stated, "If that number is not a Red Oak record, I can't imagine when it would have been higher." In recent years, the band has placed between 13 to 16 members in all-regional band. Mr. Thomas was excited to say that what was really neat is that in many cases, our 4A kids handily beat the best students from the area 5A schools. Congratulations to all of our hard-working Mighty Hawk Band members and their directors. We will bring you more from the band as they continue to work hard to make Red Oak ISD's band the best in the land. Reporting from the band hall, I'm Lindsay Love, Hawkeye News.
Thanks, Lindsay, and great information. If you would like to learn more on our band, you can check out their website at www.redoakband.com.
Now we'll check in with our West Campus reporter Lexi Belote and see what's new at the WC as we say hello to 2007. Happy New Year, Lexi.
Happy New Year, guys. It's 2007, and what a better way to kick off our new year at the West Campus than to take a look at our awesome Hawks and Lady Hawks sports teams. And best wishes to our successful 2007 UIL competitors here at the WC. The new year is the most important part of the schedule for our freshman Hawks basketball team. The Hawks fell in a close game to Waxahachie and came up with big wins for both A and B teams against Midlothian, Arlington Seguin, Ennis, and Corsicana. The boys have been working hard under the leadership of Coach Boyd and appear to be in the hunt for a district title all the way to the end. Our freshman girls are off with an awesome 6 wins, 0 losses with a 45-16 win over Ennis, a 39-26 win over Corsicana, and a 37-21 win over Waxahachie, a 38-34 win over Lancaster, a 37-32 win over Midlothian, and a 37-36 nail-biter over Arlington Seguin, and a big win over Corsicana to close out the first round. The ladies have an overall 13-4 loss record at press time. We would also like to wish all those freshmen who are playing soccer, as well as those in powerlifting and those who will be trying out for baseball in February, best wishes this season. It is a busy time for our campus, not only in sports, but many of our students will be involved this semester with other UIL events as well. We want to thank all our teachers and Mr. Burns and Mrs. Boley for making sure Hawkeye News airs each month at the West Campus. Thanks to all my fellow freshman students for watching. Until next month, I'm Lexi Belote. Back to you guys in the studio.
Miss Leanne Coons at Especially For You has been a wonderful sponsor since the very beginning of our show. Miss Coons recently told us about her business is now offering a new craft mall right here in downtown Red Oak. The craft mall is located upstairs at Especially For You and Antiques 2 at 103 Waller Street, Suite 201, just across from the Red Oak Area Outreach in the old downtown area of Red Oak. You can sign up to be a vendor on a 12-month lease and get great booth rates and 1 month's free rent, with rates starting as low as $35 per month. And the location is in an air-conditioned, heated indoor permanent area. You stock your booth and Especially For You does the rest. The craft mall is open Thursday, 10:30 a.m. to 6 p.m., and Friday and Saturday, 10:30 a.m. to 6 p.m. The new craft mall is a great opportunity for those who love to make and sell crafts to set up your own shop area right here in one of the fastest growing communities in the area. For more information, you can call Irene Register at 972-998-8414 or Leanne Coons at 972-617-8530.
One of the most anticipated dates for teachers and students is coming later this year, as the Education Foundation is now in the planning stages for the big grant announcements during the spring semester. For more on the Education Foundation, we go to Hawkeye News reporter Brooke Gant outside the Education Foundation offices at the Acorn Academy. Brooke?
Thanks, Katie and Brandon. I am here outside the Education Foundation offices where Director Pam Lynch and her assistant Karen Anderson are getting things ready for teachers to submit their grant requests in early February. The Red Oak ISD Education Foundation has been hard at work raising funds for innovative education. It is time for our teachers and staff to start thinking of ways to spend the money. The foundation will call for grants on February 8, 2007. If you're a teacher who has an innovative idea for a grant project, you can get all the information from the district website at www.redoakisd.org and click on the link for the Education Foundation. Thanks to Mrs. Lynch and Mrs. Anderson for their help with our story, and we wish all those teachers who apply for the grants good luck, and I hope to be able to bring you a follow-up story later this year about all the big winners. Reporting from the Education Foundation, I'm Brooke Gant, Hawkeye News.
The holidays are over, and now it's time to get back to work for all of us, including our friends at the junior high.
To help us kick off 2007, we go to our junior high anchor, Chris McClure, to see how 06 ended and how 07 is beginning for Red Oak Junior High. Welcome back, Chris.
Thanks, guys. Happy New Year. This month, we catch up on some great events from the end of the first semester, and we'll check in to see what's going on in junior high sports in 2007 with our full team of junior high reporters. So let's get started as we head to the construction area behind the junior high to see how things are coming along with reporter Roseanne Foster. Roseanne?
Thanks, Chris. We told you in August about the construction going on at the junior high gym, so I wanted to give you a little update on what has taken place thus far. The project is about 40% complete, according to construction manager Ken Stewart. The target date for completion is tentatively April 1st, but of course, weather has a great deal to do with construction delays. Whenever the project is done, we know it will be a great improvement to the junior high athletic and PE facilities, and our students and coaches look forward to enjoying the new facilities next year and for many years to come. We will bring you a full report and tour of the facility when it is completed. Reporting for Hawkeye News, I'm Roseanne Foster. Back to you, Chris.
Thanks, Roseanne. Great to see the construction is getting close to completion. We'll check in with you next month. Now here's junior high reporter Casey Bird for this month's Up Close and Personal. Casey?
In this month's edition of Up Close and Personal, I want to introduce you to Miss Stephanie Bulger. Thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me.
And where did you grow up?
I grew up in Waxahachie, which is just south of here.
And which university did you graduate from?
I graduated from Texas A&M Corpus Christi.
Did you participate in any activities in high school or college?
Yes, I played volleyball and track in high school, and I played 3 years of college volleyball.
Did you have any other career paths in mind, or was teaching a priority?
Well, I always wanted to teach and coach, and I want to go back to school and get my master's in psychology and work in that field too.
Is this your first teaching assignment?
This is actually my second year teaching, but my first year here.
What helped make your decision to accept the position at Red Oak Junior High?
Well, I knew some of the people that are from here. I've had family go to school here in this district, and I think it's a good district. And because of volleyball, I love volleyball, and I know the volleyball program here is very strong.
What classes do you currently teach, or what sports do you currently coach?
I teach 8th grade girls PE and 8th grade volleyball and track.
Is teaching similar to what you expected or different?
It's a lot about what I expected, but the kids are very different nowadays.
What do you enjoy most about your job?
I would have to say it's the smiling faces on the kids that I get to come in and see every day.
Well, thank you for being here.
Thanks for having me.
Really appreciated it. Thank you very much for joining us today. Until next time for Hawkeye News, I'm Casey Bird. Back to you, Chris.
Thanks, Casey. Now for more team coverage from the junior high, we go to reporter Hanan Asaili. How are things going, Hanan?
Things are going great, Chris. A new year brings new challenges for our students. One of these groups facing some hard work this semester is our one-act theater actors, who will be preparing for their big competition in February. Under the direction of Miss Katrina Knight, the cast has been chosen and will be preparing for their district meet held March 1st in Lancaster. The cast consists of 21 actors. Some veterans include Casey Bird, Meredith Milligan, Emily Savitt, and Caitlin McWilliams. The cast also will include newcomers Lauren Hunter, Chelsea Hafner, and many more. Miss Knight says this is a great cast and crew and stated they are one of the hardest working groups she has ever had. The team will perform the play Anne Frank and Me. This is a play about the Holocaust and the modern day. Students will perform this on March 1st in Lancaster. We will update you on the results from our district in our March show, and we wish Miss Knight and the theater department all the best from all of us here at Hawkeye News. That will do it for here. Back to you in the studio.
With football and volleyball in the books for the year, you might think our sports guy, Wade Regis, has it easy. Not so. Basketball's been off and running since November, and will wrap up on February 1st. How's basketball going, Wade?
Thanks, Chris. It has been an exciting basketball season at Red Oak Junior High, with all our coaches and players working very hard since November to represent our school. Coach Stevenson told Hawkeye News that Red Oak 8th grade Lady Hawks basketball season has been a tough season. The ladies placed second in the Midlothian A team tournament earlier this season. The ladies A team has a record of 2-8 with 2 games to play. The Lady Hawk B team was tied for first place in the district until we met the Lady Tigers of Lancaster in the second half of district. The Lady Hawks now are second place with just 1 game to go after press time, but before air date. We are hoping for a strong finish from our last 2 games. The boys teams have also played very hard all season in a tough district and are preparing to wrap up a season of ups and downs. While teams may not have won the district championship, they did get a great job in learning to work together as a team and should get better and better each year. In other news, on March 6th, Tuesday night, 6 p.m., there will be a mandatory parent meeting in the junior high cafeteria. Basketball is a busy season for us at the junior high, and with the ending of basketball coming in February, it will be time to get right into the track season. So I will be back in March to give you a final wrap-up of all the sports from here at the junior high. I'm Wade Regis, back to you, Chris.
Thanks, Wade, and thanks to all our junior high team. From the Junior High Bureau, we want to wish everyone a Happy New Year. I'll see you guys next month.
Thanks, Chris.
We'll see you in February.
It's time again for one of our favorite segments here on Hawkeye News.
We check in with our elementary schools to see what's going on at Red Oak Elementary, Shields, Eastridge, and Wooden Elementary. Head Start students from Red Oak Elementary recently made a trip to Build-A-Bear workshop, where each of the 17 students chose the bear they wanted and then brought the bear to life. They stuffed their new friend, got a heart, and made a wish and stitched their animal. They then bathed, dried, and fluffed their friend before packing it in a pet crate before heading home. Red Oak Elementary first grade students practiced Upon a Housetop, which they performed on January 9th at the PTA meeting. The kids did a great job, and all who took part should be congratulated for a job well done.
Eastridge Elementary recently teamed up with an organization called Give to the Troops. A collection box was kept at Eastridge. Donations have been accepted and will go to the men and women serving in Iraq. Please go to the website to see the items you can donate. Great job by all Eastridge students and staff who took part to show support for our troops. It was a wonderful lesson for our students to learn and share with others. Before the holidays, students from Eastridge Elementary went to the Red Oak Rehabilitation Center to read and sing to the residents. Students will be going back twice a month for the rest of the school year. Great job, Eastridge, for making a positive difference in your community.
All aboard Shields Elementary. Pajama-clad kindergartners enjoyed an interactive ride on the Polar Express. After their trip, they enjoyed chocolate milk and cookies donated by Brookshire's Groceries. Shields' 3rd and 4th graders are rockin' and rollin' in Steel Band and Choir. On December 7th, Shields held its 3rd annual Steel Drum and Choir holiday concert. To start out, the choir sang Santa Surprise, Rock Around the Jingle Bells, and Light the Candles All Around the World. They sounded great. The 3rd grade Steel Band played Little Drummer Boy. The 4th grade Steel Band ended their performance of Parade of the Wooden Soldiers with an awesome spin move.
Wooden Elementary enjoyed a great treat before the holidays as 1st and 4th grade reading buddies read to the students in Wooden's annual Polar Express reading extravaganza. Guest readers included school staff, school board member Lynn Grandstaff, and Leanne Brindle with her therapy dog, Thumper. The students and teachers also turned sugar cones into delicious decorated Christmas trees, good enough to eat. Wooden Elementary students also took part in the annual toy donation to the Red Oak Outreach this year, and did a great job in bringing in toys for area children in need. Wooden staff would like to thank all those who took part this year. As 2006 came to a close, it was another year of ups and downs in the world of sports for our Hawks and Lady Hawks.
And in 2007, we look forward to what will surely be an exciting season in the warm weather sports. We go now to our senior sports anchor, Curtis Kelsey, to see what's happening in the world of Hawks and Lady Hawk sports. Curtis?
Thanks, guys. And I just want to say happy 07 to all of you, especially my fellow seniors who are just a few months away from the end of our high school careers. This month we will take a closer look at District 15 4A basketball with our dynamic duo of sports, Trey Curry and Zach Toombs, as well as check in on powerlifting and soccer, and much more after a word from our awesome sponsor, Danny Humphreys at State Farm Insurance.
This month's Hawkeye News Sports is brought to you by Danny Humphreys at State Farm. Sports with Curtis Kelsey.
Welcome back, Hawk and Lady Hawk sports fans. It's sports time. January is one of the busiest months for sports around Red Oak High School. This month we have updates on basketball, swimming, and soccer. We kick it off with a look at how the seasons are going thus far in district play for our Hawks and Lady Hawks varsity teams with our dynamic duo of sports, Trey Curry and Zach Toombs from the Hawks Nest. How's it going, guys?
It's going pretty good here so far, Curtis, and I'll kick things off with an update on how our Hawks have done in district play thus far. And we'll take a look ahead at the final games of the season. Zach here will catch you up on the Lady Hawks as well.
The Hawks knew coming into district play that they would have to be sharp every night to take one of the top 3 positions in district. The district this year is stacked with teams who made playoffs a year ago and all had winning records going into district play. The Hawks kicked off district with a contest against Waxahachie Indians at home and lost a close game 63-57 before traveling to Lancaster to take on the district favorite Tigers. The Hawks battled all night but failed in a heartbreaker 67-64. The Hawks would then come back home to take on Midlothian Panthers in one that Hawks fans felt they had until the Hawks fell apart in the fourth period, dropping the game by the score of 71-65. At 0-3 in district, the Hawks had to make a fast rebound to give themselves a shot at the playoffs. This would not be easy as they would face Arlington Seguin on the road. The Hawks, led by Melvin Johnson, were able to pull out the 63-57 win to move their record to 1-3 in district. The Hawks would then take on the much-improved Ennis Lions, but behind leading scorer Justin Bryan, who had 28 points, and a strong game from Trevor Connor, who added 13, the Hawks pounded the Lions at home by a score of 64-42 to bring the record to 2-3 going into the game at Corsicana on the road. The game was close throughout, with the Hawks jumping out a big 27-10 first quarter lead and holding off a late fourth quarter rally from the Tigers to win the contest by a score of 72-67. Melvin Johnson had 28 points while Justin Bryan added 22 in the win that evened the first half record at 3-3 with momentum going into the second round of district play. Curtis will bring you up to date on our February show on how things are going in the second half of the district schedule next month.
How are things looking for the Lady Hawks, Zach?
Well, Trey, the ladies have also had a tough road in district, but are still fighting for one of the 3 playoff spots as they finish the first half of district play, as I bring you this report.
The ladies are under the direction this year of Coach Derek Short and have had to get used to a new coach and a new system. In the process, they had a very up and down pre-district before kicking off their district play against a state playoff team from a year ago, the Waxahachie Lady Indians. The Lady Hawks, led by Ashley Gray, stayed close but fell to the Indians by the score of 45-30. The Lady Hawks would then take on Lancaster at home and come up short by the score of 57-44. The Lady Hawks would notch their first district victory in an exciting contest at Midlothian, as they would win this one 56-49. The pre-district favorite from District 15 4A was Arlington Seguin, and they lived up to their reputation as they defeated our Lady Hawks by the score of 73-57. The ladies then traveled to Ennis to take on the Lady Lions, but came up short as the Lady Lions had an awesome game and the 70-39 Lady Lions victory.
The final district game in the first round against Corsicana is being played later tonight, so Curtis will catch you up on the Corsicana game and the second half of district play in February. That'll do it for us from here. I'm Zach Toombs.
And I'm Trey Curry. Back to you in the studio.
In soccer news, coaches Norrell and Cottrell have the girls and boys varsity soccer teams working hard this season. Next month, Zach and Trey will catch us up on all the soccer action, as well as a look at the powerlifting teams under the direction of Coach Brian Thompson. All of this coming up in the February show. In swimming news, Coach Canosa has the team working hard to compete against the best in the area. Ms. Canosa has been excited to share some results from the meet recently held in Carrollton Farmers Branch. All 5 Red Oak swimmers placed in the top 8. Scoring for the girls team was Maddie Hooper, who took 7th in the 200 freestyle and 7th in the 100 butterfly. The team had an important UIL district meet coming up on January 23rd, which is after press time, but we will bring you some results and much more from our swimming in our February show. In our final story, we wanted to say congratulations to our All-District Lady Hawks volleyball players and our All-District Hawks football players from the 06 season. The Lady Hawks were well represented as they usually are in the All-District selections. This year, the Lady Hawks finished the year with a record of 33 wins and only 10 losses, with a perfect undefeated district season. Also added to the list of winners was Coach of the Year, Coach Arthur Stanfield. The Lady Hawks finished as the number 2 ranked team in the Dallas Morning News Metroplex polls, and finished with the number 12 ranking in the state by the Texas Girls Coaches Association. The Hawks, who finished with a 3-7 record, also had a few standouts on the team who took home all-district honors. First team all-district selections included offensive tackle Jeffrey Wallace, who is a junior, and senior wide receiver Amando Lopez. Sophomore Nick Boyd was named to the second team all-district team as well. Congratulations to all these all-district winners. And with both the volleyball and football teams bringing back many starters, the 2007 season should be a great year for sports at Red Oak High School. Well, that wraps it up for now, but we remind you to check out all the World of Red Oak ISD sports 24/7 at the Athletic Zone at www.hawkeye-news.com. Thanks for watching. Back to you, Katie and Brandon, in the studio.
This month, Hawkeye News reporter Jennifer Terry brings us an awesome story about someone who will be very familiar to many of our current Red Oak High School students and teachers. Jennifer?
Thanks, guys. It is certainly great to bring news about awesome Red Oak ISD students. But this month, we bring you an award from one student whose home is Red Oak ISD, but who is attending the Texas School for the Blind and Visually Impaired in Austin. Mrs. Layfield wanted to bring some great news about Chastity, who is a Red Oak student attending a special school in Austin. She has been accomplishing some great feats while she has been attending the Texas School for Blind and Visually Impaired in Austin. She has excelled in track events, and she is the captain of her goalball team and the head cheerleader there. Recently, Chastity and her teammates participated in the Region 10 Sports Extravaganza goalball competition, where they took second place overall. Goalball is a competitive sport for the visually impaired, in which 3 team members guard their end of the court from the opposing team's rolling ball. All players wear blindfolds during the game to make the playing field fair for all. We are so proud that Chastity and her teammates took second place. To those of us who know her, Chastity will always be number 1. Mrs. Layfield and Hawkeye News would like to say congratulations to Chastity and best wishes in your future. Thanks, Mrs. Layfield, for submitting this information, and I would like to invite all the teachers to please pass on these types of stories about our award-winning students to Chief Lindsay. I would like to spotlight others going above and beyond in future segments of our Hawkeye News show. I'm Jennifer Terry, back to you guys in the studio.
This month's Drug and Crime Report is brought to you by the Department of Public Safety Officers Association.
Now we welcome back our crime reporter, Leslie Rangel, to talk about something important to all students and staff members, protecting your personal property. Leslie?
Thanks, Katie and Brandon, and I hope you all had a wonderful Christmas holiday. While I'm sure many of you scored new cell phones, iPods, and other electronic gadgets, you might want to check that you still have those, and pay close attention to this month's crime report as we talk about theft and what we need to do to protect our own property. While many items such as cell phones are not against the rules to possess at school, there are certain rules about their use. Along with the popular iPods and MP3 players and other electronic devices, it may be a better idea just to leave these at home or locked up in your car. The Red Oak ISD Police Department has taken reports on over 20 stolen cell phones, not to mention numerous iPods, and those are only the ones reported to police. While some of these offenses have been cleared and some arrests have been made, many will continue to be unsolved, as theft cases are some of the hardest for officers to clear. Many who report don't even know when their property was taken from their purse, athletic bag, or backpack. Police suggest that if you do not have to have these items at school, just don't bring them, and if you do have to have them, you need to make sure they are secured at all times. Theft is a crime of opportunity, and many who would rather take than work for will watch as you use these high-priced items and just wait for you to leave them unattended. Using locks on lockers is always the best way to go. Police report that they have walked into unlocked locker rooms and find clothing laying on the floors and benches with cell phones, iPods, and even cash laying around. We cannot expect our property to be safe, even when we fail to lock it up. Something we can all do is change our attitudes on crime prevention. With most of these items valued at over $100, it should also be thieves beware. Anyone caught for theft on Red Oak ISD property will be arrested and charged with the offense. Those found guilty of a Class A misdemeanor will face 1. A fine not to exceed $4,000, 2. Confinement in jail for a term not to exceed 1 year, or both, fine and confinement, and a criminal record that no matter what your age will haunt you for the rest of your life. While we would like to think our schools are totally crime-free zones, facts are that some people don't have the core values that most of us have, and certainly don't live by the golden rule of do unto others as you would have done unto you. Lock up and secure your items and help put these thieves out of business. If you have information on any crime, you can report it anonymously at 972-576-8477. That's 972-576-TIPS. Reporting for Hawkeye News, I'm Leslie Rangel. See you next month.
Project Success Mr. and Ms. Red Oak pageant set for February 17th. The stars will be shining bright on Saturday, February 17th for the 2007 Mr. and Ms. Red Oak pageant. While the name is still Mr. and Ms. Red Oak, there looks to be a twist, as only ladies have joined up for the crown thus far. No matter if it is Mr. and Miss or just Miss and Miss, you can bet there will be lots of competition for this year's crown. The annual fundraising event is to benefit the Project Success Drug Education Program. This year, the theme is Texas Stars and Legends. The contest is a fun event to promote the drug-free message, and all proceeds go to purchase educational anti-drug materials and scholarships for Red Oak High School seniors. The pageant will be held on Saturday, February 17th at 7 p.m. in the Red Oak High School auditorium. The tickets can be purchased at the gate. Tickets are $5 for adults, $3 for students. Under 6 and over 65 are free. Moms, tell Dad to come early and purchase some piping hot CiCi's Pizza being made on site that night. Enjoy dinner beginning at 5:45 p.m. while enjoying live entertainment at the same time.
Join us in February for our Valentine's edition of Hawkeye News.
We also want to remind you that we would really love to hear from you. So if you have news, ideas, comments, or suggestions, you can write to us at hawkeyenews@redokeisd.org or give us a call at 469-437-6837. And don't forget to check us out 24/7 at www.hawkeye-news.com if you missed any of our reports or you need more information on the Hawkeye News team. I'm Katie Stanglin.
And I'm Brandon Scott. Until next time, thanks for watching.
And make it a great day.